Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. Also, if you want to follow TPM on Twitter, you can at TPM Videos. When you think of Disney, New York City might not cross your mind. But Disney has a rich history in the city that dates back to the late 1920s. Steamboat Willie premiered at the Universal's Colony Theater in New York City on November 18, 1928. But that's just the start. The Walt Disney Company also has a long history with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that dates all the way back to the 1930s. The parade, originally known as the Macy's Christmas Parade, made its New York debut in 1924. And over the years, it's become known for its giant balloons that soar through the streets of New York City on Thanksgiving. Through the years, Disney's had a presence in the parade with balloons and the appearance of Disney walk-around mascot characters on parade floats. So today, we're going to be taking a look at the history of Disney in the parade and counting down the top 10 Disney balloons and floats in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Number 10. Mickey Mouse. It all started with a mouse, right? Well, that's even true with Disney's involvement with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The year was 1934, and the parade premiered the first ever Mickey Mouse balloon, making him the third pop culture character to have a licensed balloon in the parade. His appearance was a collaborative effort between Walt Disney and Tony Stark, the creator of the Macy's balloons. This giant Mickey Mouse was hand-painted and featured a star on his chest as a little nod to the Macy's logo. He came in at a whopping 45 feet tall and required 25 handlers who were dressed in Mickey and Minnie costumes to lead him down the New York streets. Now, Mickey appeared like he's seen here in 1934 and 1935. But in 1936, he received an updated paint job and the star on his chest became much bigger. This version was seen in the 1936 and 1937 parades when his balloon then became retired. Number 9. Donald Duck. Donald Duck joined the Mickey Mouse balloon in the 1935 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. When Donald made his parade debut, he was still fairly new to the Walt Disney Company since he had only been created in 1934. Donald Duck first appeared in the cartoon sporting a very skinny and long neck. This long neck was incorporated into the balloon design in 1935, and you can see from this footage here that his head had a hard time staying up while he was carried through the parade route. Now, this Donald Duck balloon only appeared for 1 year, and seeing how flimsy his head and neck were, it makes sense why he wasn't included in future years. Now, although Donald's original balloon was retired, he did appear in 1939 on the first Disney float in the parade. This footage here shows Captain Donald Duck featured on his very own float as the captain of the ship. And behind him in the next float appears to be Mickey and Minnie Mouse riding on top of a rocking boat. Now, from 1940 until 1961, it appears Disney's presence in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was absent. Well, that's until the second Donald Duck balloon was created in 1962. This version of Donald represented the current updated look audiences were used to seeing at the time. He appeared for 10 years in the parade until 1972, then was reintroduced for 1 year only in 1984 to celebrate Donald Duck's 50th birthday. Number 8. The Birthday Cake Float. 1968 marked the 40th birthday of Mickey Mouse, so to celebrate, Disney had their own birthday cake float in the parade. Mickey Mouse stood atop a 3-tiered birthday cake and was joined by other Disney characters that included Goofy, Pinocchio, the Three Little Pigs, Snow White, and the Dwarfs. I just want to note that Minnie Mouse wasn't featured on the float when it would also be Minnie Mouse's 40th birthday, since both Mickey and Minnie made their debut in Steamboat Willie in 1928. It's really interesting though seeing some of the old character costumes from the late 60s appearing in the parade. At the time, these are the costumes that would have been used at Disneyland. The cake float appeared for 2 years in the 1968 and 1969 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, then was retired. Number 7. Mickey's second incarnation. 1971 marked the opening of Walt Disney World in Florida, so to celebrate, Macy's created a new Mickey Mouse balloon. It was a more colorful version of Mickey that included his signature red shorts, white gloves, and a yellow shirt. Now, although the balloon was created and flight tested in 1971, it didn't make its parade debut that year because the winds were too strong and the balloons had to be grounded. Now fast forward to 1972, when Mickey Mouse finally made his official debut alongside Donald Duck in the parade, now celebrating the one-year anniversary of Walt Disney World. Aside from 1935, this was the only other year where Donald and Mickey appeared together in the parade. The Mickey Mouse balloon continued to appear in the parade until 1982, celebrating other company milestones along the way, including the 10th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Also between 1972 and 1982, Disney had a set of floats, including a castle float, that appeared in the parade. The floats featured a variety of Disney walk-around characters that could normally be seen in the theme parks. Now once Disney began airing the Walt Disney World Christmas Day Parade in 1983, they pulled these floats since now they had their own televised parade. Although the floats were pulled in 1983, in 1984 and 1985, there was one other smaller float introduced to celebrate Disneyland's 30th anniversary. Number 6. Santa Goofy. In 1992, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade debuted the Santa Goofy balloon. This image is from the flight test that year, and at the bottom right-hand side of the picture, you can see the real Goofy was also present for the test. 1992 is the only year the balloon was featured in the parade, but it wasn't the last time it was seen. After the 1992 parade aired, the Goofy balloon, along with a few others, were transported to Disney MGM Studios in Walt Disney World for an event known as Macy's New York Christmas. It was actually the first time the Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloons were seen outside of New York City. Well, now they were in Florida, and Disney anchored the balloons on top of the buildings of the Streets of America as a Christmas display for the holiday seasons at the theme park. After this event at Disney MGM Studios, the Santa Goofy balloon was retired from the parade, and all the balloons were shipped back to Macy's in New York City. Number 5. Band Leader Mickey. Who's the leader of the club? Well, the year was 2000. Macy's decided that they wanted to have a special character kick off the new millennium of parade celebrations. Well, they chose no one other than the leader, Mickey Mouse. And really, it was a perfect choice since he was one of the very first balloon characters to appear in the parade. Known as Band Leader Mickey, it was the first balloon leading the front of the parade that year and was Mickey's third balloon design for Macy's. This version of Mickey with a red and gold suit was inspired by the bandleader outfit Mickey wore in the 1950s Mickey Mouse Club TV show. Well, the Millennium Parade was the only year bandleader Mickey appeared, then he was retired. Number 4. Chicken Little. Appearing in 2004, Chicken Little from the Disney animated feature film Chicken Little made his Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade debut to promote the new film. Now, if you're familiar with Chicken Little, you'd probably know that it wasn't released until November of 2005, so Disney began promoting the film a full year before it was released. But there is a reason why. See, the original scheduled release of Chicken Little was supposed to be July 1st, 2005, which makes a lot more sense that it debuted in 2004. Well, the release got pushed in December of 2004, just after it appeared in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, getting a new release date of November 4th, 2005. With this new release date, Disney chose to include the balloon once again in the 2005 parade. This time, appearing behind Chicken Little was a float that resembled the Mark Twain riverboat at Disneyland, and featured a variety of Disney characters to celebrate Disneyland's 50th anniversary. Number 3. Buzz Lightyear. 2008 marked the year when Buzz Lightyear made his Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade debut. His balloon was said to be 67 feet long, 39 feet wide, and 34 feet tall. He appeared from 2008 until 2013, but was never initially created to promote a film. Other than promoting Toy Story 3 in 2009, Buzz was included in the parade because of the popularity and relevancy of the Toy Story franchise. John Lasseter even volunteered multiple years to be one of the balloon handlers. Now, Disney and Macy's have always had a great relationship. In 2015, the 20th anniversary of Toy Story was coming up, and Disney wanted to bring the Buzz Lightyear balloon to D23 in Anaheim to celebrate. Well, Macy's agreed, but like we said earlier, Macy's balloons didn't normally make appearances outside of the New York City parade, so this was the second time in history it happened. Buzz Lightyear could be seen soaring over the trees of the courtyard at the Anaheim Convention Center for D23. Since this appearance in California, the Buzz Lightyear balloon hasn't been seen since and has now been retired. Number 2. Sailor Mickey. In 2009, Sailor Mickey debuted in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This was the 4th version of Mickey Mouse made by Macy's, and this version included his iconic red shorts and yellow shoes, along with a sailor jacket and hat. Coming in at 61 feet high, 33 feet wide, and 48 feet long, Sailor Mickey was used to promote various milestones for the Disney Cruise Line, including the announcement and launches of the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy cruise ships. Sailor Mickey appeared in 4 parades from 2009 until 2012. Number 1. Olaf. For 2017, Macy's announced that Olaf from the Frozen films will be featured as a balloon in the 91st annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. With the release of Disney and Pixar's newest animated feature film Coco, a new Frozen short titled Olaf's Frozen Adventure will debut before the film in theaters. The Olaf balloon is said to be about 50 feet high, 56 feet long, and 39 feet wide, and will be celebrating and promoting the new Disney short. Olaf has already been flight tested and is all set to go to make his Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade debut on November 23rd, 2017. So, what's your favorite Disney balloon or float to be featured in the parade? And what's one other character you'd like to see become a balloon in the future? Do your Thanksgiving traditions include watching the Macy's parade? Leave a comment down below and start a conversation. If you have any videos from the Disney parks that you'd like to share with us to be used in future videos, follow the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Click the TPM icon on the screen to subscribe to this channel, and check out some of these other videos which we're sure you'll like.